Hello viewers, Marianne from Revealing Light Tarot. How are we all today? Wherever you are in the world when you're watching, a huge shout out to you. It's a fairly lazy, easygoing Saturday afternoon here in Australia, and I have a few minutes to jump on and look at what is going to unfold over the next 2 weeks. So the fake presidency in the next 2 weeks. Of course, we've got really serious moves now coming for impeachment. McConnell apparently has released a schedule showing that impeachment wouldn't actually be able to start until the 19th of January, which means that those two new senators from Georgia would then be in the process of being sworn in. In the meantime, Murkowski, the senator from Alaska, and Ben Sasse from Nebraska have both indicated they might consider impeaching this fake president. We can assume Mitt Romney would also be in that group, and there will be others. I get a real draw to Senator Grassley. I heard the tone of his voice when he was answering those objections to the Electoral College. He was deeply offended, and I feel he may even do this as well. My intuition is this. The Republican Party, or those that upheld the law, Pence and et al., have already damned themselves in the eyes of the MAGA supporters. So they really don't have anything to lose. Even Senator Graham was attacked in an airport, called a traitor. You've all seen the footage. So one of the ways they could stop Trump coming back in 2024, given that they're already going to face whatever they're going to face in terms of MAGA supporters feeling they have they're traitorous to the Republican cause. One of the ways they could really circumvent a lot of trouble and difficulty is to prevent Trump running in 2024. This would take a very disciplined Republican caucus in the Senate. So these are a few of my thoughts as we move forward. I think in my last reading I talked about seeing him being impeached twice. Of course, if it's not Trump, if it's not the fake president, then it will be somebody like him. But I think the Republican Party is going to undergo this split that I was talking about. The caverns are only going to get worse in the Republican Party. Really, it was going to split as soon as Pence and McConnell, etc., upheld the law. Okay, so let's take a look at the next 2 weeks. People have said, can you read, particularly around January the 17th, where it appears that something is being planned, and of course the inauguration. I'll do a separate reading just on the inauguration because I want to know that Biden and Harris will be safe there. But let's just a general look at the next 2 weeks and see what we can see. You would have all heard the fake president has been banned from Twitter, and obviously this is a permanent ban on Twitter, which is a real relief. I can already feel the energy shifting when I go to Twitter now, which is good. And bans on Facebook and Instagram, at least until after his presidency is officially over. Now, I can tell you when I opened up for this reading, I got a very strong intuition that he was going to try and do something else. He should have been removed from office. I had felt that they strong-armed him in some way. That's why he released that peaceful statement, supposedly, which via the teleprompter saying that there would be a peaceful transfer of power. But I don't trust him. So let's have a look at the next. I mean, that's an understatement. It's actually rather ironic, isn't it? Okay, so let's have a look at just some overarching energies. I'm going to draw from my Stacey DeMarco. Oh, what's this deck? I'll put them in the drop-down menu just to get an overarching. And this deck was sort of glittering at me this morning when I got up. So let's have a look. Show me some overarching or overall energies in this most volatile US and other countries as well, but I'll get to that time as we await the closure of the fake presidency. Okay, so show me the overarching messages, please. I just get a real draw to healing here. So speaking your word and voice, and people are speaking up. And the more that the MAGA crowd are relegated to the sidelines and taken out of the mainstream, the more people are going to have a period of, it could extend into months, where they just need to vent. They just need to say how awful the events of January the 6th were, how awful the events of the last 4 years. It's almost like being vindicated. So there's going to be a lot of that happening. Unfortunately, there is also going to be the other side that are feeling like they need to be expressing their voice. So let's see what happens here. Storms. Okay, so we've got cleansing storms. So again, when I was talking about the diamond drill and the glass shattering, in hindsight, Spirit was showing me the shattering of the panes of glass and doors at the Congress, but we needed to see that. And this is more of the same. It's not over yet, and we do need, as I said, events were accelerating, but we do need to see this, because this is cleansing. This is an actual cleansing here. And I'm seeing a lot of 2s and a lot of 5s. Now, 2s are relationships with others. 5s are change. So we are going through, even though it's difficult to see this in hindsight, someone hashtag hindsight 2020, this is exactly what we're being given an opportunity to do. And we've got solitariness, desert. So I'm not sure about the majority of you, but I do feel a need for solitude to reflect on all that has occurred, and channel that into creativity. So this is sort of like the Hermit card. This is about introspection and reflection, because we have to come to some kind of peace within ourselves, and also a reconciliation, not with those that have done the wrong thing, not with those who did the unspeakable, not with those that continually still push violence, but we have to come to a reconciliation about those events, which unfortunately are not over yet. Shaken us to the inner core, but this is a dove here, and this is the world. And so this is a kind of affirmation from Spirit that peace comes after the storm. So really, really beautiful magic, I was just going to say, because there is alchemy. There is alchemy going on here. And what I most sense is a healing via a cleansing. So as difficult as these events are, we get to see behind that shattered glass. And I won't go into detail, but there are more and more emerging details about what they did when they were in that Capitol building. Absolutely horrendous. And something that has been troubling me for the last few days is I keep getting this pull to a divided and racist society, not just in the USA, but in everywhere. We're all, everywhere. And one of the things that we have to do is check ourselves, check our privilege. And it was really heartening to see President-elect Biden say if this had have been a BLM protest, many protesters would have been treated so differently. And I know you've got questions about who was involved from the Capitol Police. Undoubtedly, while so many good officers held the line and one indeed lost their life, there would have been isolated groups or individuals that we saw taking selfies, opening gates, abandoning their posts, which perhaps may be understandable given the violence of the mob. But I do feel the majority of police did not want to see the Capitol building, which they've been tasked to protect, overrun. It's emerged now, and this is probably the critical points I hope that will be expanded upon either via an impeachment process or some other process. Perhaps prosecution once the new Attorney General Merrick Garland is installed. That the civilian leaders of the Defense Department that Trump recently installed refused to authorize the National Guard, both in Maryland, and you would have seen Governor Hogan's address saying he wanted to send his National Guards in, but he just couldn't get permission. There were all sorts of constraints put on the National Guard when they were authorised. That came through a combination, as I understand it, of Pelosi and Pence and Schumer, and the actual military giving the okay, giving the authorisation for the National Guard. Now, to me, it looks pre-planned, and there were people in there with an intent to tie up and injure lawmakers. So we're not done yet. We are not done yet. My feeling is obviously this isn't going to happen a second time. I'm not so much worried about mobs descending because they will be dealt with. I am more worried about something covert like a bomb. And of course, let's not forget the bombs were left at the RNC and the DNC, and they were, before they had a chance to detonate, they were disarmed. So, all right, let's have a look at the 2 weeks. So let's start now. People are really particularly concerned about the 17th. But let's start with the week beginning the 10th. Week beginning the 10th, please. Show me the week beginning the 10th of January. Week beginning the 10th of January. What is likely to happen? I keep just seeing a healing, this star here. Okay, let's keep going. All light, a lot of light over your capital. What's that about? Show me the week beginning the 10th of January. Okay. The King of Cups. So we've got Biden there. I will pull the clarifiers. This is my card for Biden. I'm going to pull some clarifiers because that doesn't, is there going to be some sort of attempt on him? Let's see. Now let's have a look. When I get my calendar out, we'll look at... So we've got week beginning the 10th and then week beginning the 17th, which is the week of the inauguration. Show me week beginning the 17th of January, week beginning the 17th of January. That card wanted to come back. This is what I worried about. This card fell out before I started. The magician can often be the trickster, the dirty trickster, but manifesting something. What are we manifesting? So Biden is here, very much in the frame over the next 2 weeks, and the week beginning the 17th, we've got manifestation. I hope the cards have some good news for me. That what we are manifesting is this new start. But I am drawn to the serpent there, serpent being about completions as well. So let me bring the laptop down and we'll clarify these two cards. So we've got the King of Cups, so Joe Biden being in the focus. And of course, he used those words incite, insurrection in his speech. And of course, I think that is what is in the articles of impeachment already drawn up. I feel that he is talking across the aisle to his Republican people in the Senate. He's talking about protecting America. What's going on here? The King of Cups, please. Week beginning, he's receiving these briefings as well. Yeah. So he is united with these senators in order, I think, to keep the peace, to keep safety. Show me the King of Cups. This is support. This is the benign ruler. This is an emotional. He is a Scorpio. This is water energy here. This is emotional maturity. So we've got an accent on emotional maturity, contrasting very strongly with emotional retardation, and a lot of, do they call it cognitive dissonance, when people are living in some other type of reality. Okay, show me this King of Cups, please. Show me this King of Cups. Week beginning the 10th. Okay, so we've also got the Three of Swords. So there's a lot of heartbreak and loss here. There is a plan. Again, I often say to people, don't take it on yourself to solve all this. You've actually got very good heads in the shadow cabinet, or the cabinet secretary, those around Biden. They have a plan, and they're talking to certain Republicans about it. And this is for a new start coming out of these really volcanic type of energies. Justice. Wow. Okay, so it wouldn't surprise me if there is a plan to make sure justice is done, and he is not just talking to his own people about that. He's talking to Republicans that are prepared to work with him. So this is what is counteracting the kinds of destructive and violent energies you might be seeing in relation to the MAGA people. This is about shedding skins, transparency, and alchemy, transforming something. Now, this is the Magician card. I am a little bit... usually that can be a positive card, but it can also carry fairly dark energies. And this is the week beginning his inauguration week, beginning the 17th. Show me this Magician card. The week beginning the 17th. The week beginning the 17th. Show me the Magician card. The week beginning the 17th. Yeah, okay, so we've got the 2 here, a plan that comes to fruition in time. This is what worries me. And we've got the 9 of Pentacles, funding. There are going to be protests on that day. I'm not sure that they will disrupt the inauguration, but there is some dark money funding here that I feel. And we've got 4 of Swords, retreat. And this can also be wounded after battle. And the Sun card here. So Yeah, here's the light. So I feel that this inauguration week is going to be more difficult. That's just my feeling. And there are those that have planned and are planning. This is something that's been in the works again for a long time. It may not even happen in your capital. It might happen somewhere else. But to me, it says there's a surprise, some kind of surprise attack, and there's going to be prosecution as a result of that. Yeah, here's our page. He always brings forward, unfortunately, some kind of surprise event. So I'm feeling, yes, moderation will triumph. We've got our temperance card, a balancing out. I feel one of the positives that you did see, and I'll probably cop it for saying this, but you saw the Republican, some of those senators, not all of them, they upheld the law despite what was happening. But we've got a lot of anxiety here, and I do feel that it is going to result in charges. So I'm feeling, I'm feeling that week there will be something that will occur. Let's see what it is. All right, let's see what it is. Okay. All right, so a lot of planning, a lot of talking across the aisles. The Magician card. Somebody is manifesting something. It's been in the works for quite some time. It may not necessarily happen in the capital. It might happen somewhere else that would take us by surprise. What is this that I'm picking up on week beginning the 17th? Week beginning the 17th. Okay, so it is an insurrection, the week of his inauguration, timed to coincide with his inauguration. Show me what this is. Show me what this is. This something here. Week beginning the 17th, around the inauguration. Okay, so we've got partnerships, somebody working together already. And we have the Two of Pentacles, 2 twos. These are partnerships, networks, affiliations. This is manipulation. It smacks to me of somebody manipulating and manifesting something that we're not going to like. And judgment, something coming to an end. They want to bring his inauguration to an end. And, of course, it's also Trump's end as well. So I'm going to ask, yeah, okay, so there's something here. I'm going to ask, will it succeed? This is connected with him. He's involved in this planning, and here's the Tower. Okay, so this is the week, I think, that we see something, some sort of attack. It is an abuse of power. He seems to be involved in it. So the question here with this manipulator, this manipulative energy and influence, trying to manifest something. Yeah, it's there in the High Priestess. It's there intuitively. We know it. Like we knew that there would be something occur on January the 6th. Will it succeed? Will it succeed? What is this? Will it succeed? It's obviously some sort of an attack. Will this succeed? Will this succeed? This attack on the inauguration will it succeed? I'm getting it's coordinated. Here we get our two of wands. It's coordinated across the country by this type of militia who intend to steal duplicitous, complicitness. It's a coordinated attack. They will be prosecuted. They will be brought to justice. Yeah, there's that Page of Cups, that Knight of Cups. And, yeah, it's going to result in some sort of loss. And here's our Seven of Cups delusion, which is so characterized of Trump's time. I feel it's not just one one attack. I think it's a coordinated thing going off around the country. It's been planned for quite some time. I'm not sure it will be stopped. I'm not getting a clear read on that. Do the FBI know about it? Do the FBI know about it? Surely, do the FBI know it? It's 9 of Pentacles. It's being highly funded. Highly funded. That card keeps coming up again. And we've got retreat, wounded in battle. So they may know about them and they may stop them. But it's definitely being planned and it's a coordinated thing and people are working on it right now. So what I'm feeling is a series of explosions, and it's not just in the capital. I feel that the FBI are aware and scrambling to try and stop this. And I'm just seeing that 10 of Swords ending. Okay, so I just hope that they catch this. I'm going to ask again, sorry. Will the FBI, CIA, whoever, even if it is Russian funded, will they catch and stop these attacks that are planned? Will they stop these attacks that are planned? Heartbreak and loss, and and we've got the Devil card. They're going to be difficult to stop. Here's the 10 of Swords, Dark Night of the Soul endings. So I want to assure you that Joe Biden is okay, so is Kamala Harris, but there is something planned. I'm not seeing the Death card, so it could be that people are not hurt, but it could be structures that might be taken down in some way, something to cause great heartache and loss. Okay, right. We've got review and investigation, and we have the 2 of Cups, planning, networks, contracts, and we have the Emperor, the President. He absolutely should be taken out of office. Absolutely should. Now, it's interesting to see, and I don't want to make this too long, it's interesting to see that Biden's talking with Republicans. So they're aware of the danger. They're aware of the danger. How compromised? How compromised are... Okay, were sections of the Capitol Police loyal to Donald Trump? Were sections of the Capitol Police loyal to Donald Trump? So we've got the 3 of Cups. So this is circles of support, celebrations. We do have the planning coming through here, and the 10 of Swords again, trying to end something. There were, and I think it will come out that they have participated in some way in the planning of this. Okay, so what about the Defense, Department of Defense? Trump installed civilian leaders. Is it McCarthy, Ryan McCarthy, acting Secretary of Defense? Were they involved? Were they involved in the planning of this? Somebody's handing someone a sword, okay. Were they involved in the planning of this coup attempt? So we've got the 5 of Cups. There's just great emotion and loss here, and a plan, some sort of plan. I mean, this is why, and justice, a plan to have justice be done. And the Lovers, justice for Donald Trump. Absolutely, they were involved. What did they hope to achieve? Let's see, what did they hope to achieve? I mean, it was clearly an illegal pathway. regardless, because the House was never going to agree. I think they wanted to suspend the proceedings, full stop, suspend it. Okay, and this could be around the inauguration. I think, yeah, Biden's already talking to people about this. Okay, all right. Was this a coup attempt? Judgment. I'm just getting that judgment card. Was this a coup attempt? Was this a coup attempt, please? Was this a coup attempt? Six of Swords, healing, moving away from troubled waters, battle weary. Okay, so, and the King of Swords, yeah. Let's keep going. And the Fool, a new start. So they wanted to move the focus away from certifying the vote. They were going to do that through some kind of protest, battle, whatever you want to call it. Was it a coup attempt? We have the King of Swords here. Yeah, and provide some sort of new start. I'm not sure. Yeah, whichever way you want to look at it, what they did, whether they intended for it to go that far, one can only assume they did, because they held back on the National Guard when they knew the capital was being attacked. All right, so what do we need to see? I'm just going to ask, will riots in the future be quelled, brought under control? Will riots in the capital, in DC, be brought under control? I'm getting an affirmative there, so that's a yes. Will riots in the DC, in the capital, be brought under control? Yes. We have new starts coming. We really do. But it is the covert activity we need to be mindful of for those that are loyal to Trump. Here we go. And there's payment here. They're being funded. And at the base of the pack, we have this toxic energy. The Lost Fives, again, this is all about change and abuse of power. There are those that are working for him, for this fake outgoing president. It's imperative that he's taken out of power now and monitored very, very closely. They have to be strong in their response. Now, I just want to reiterate, the riots in future riots will be quelled, brought under control. I don't see Biden being harmed, but there are things that are planned for that week. The week beginning the 10th, I feel that date of the 17th, I feel that's not going to manifest, but there is something manifesting in that second week. We'll take a closer look at the astrology, because while I'm seeing this volatility, I'm also feeling and seeing these new starts and this talking across the aisle as well. So that's my reading. I'll be back again soon. Thank you for tuning in.